Good morning and welcome to today's Smart Business Strategies podcast. I'm Ann Wiles, the franchise economist, and I am delighted to have you here. Audience, join me in welcoming our special guest, Jason Capizza. Jason,
Perfect.
how many people get that right? Jason Capizza with the Era Group. Welcome, Jason. So glad to have you on the show.
Anna, I can tell you very few people get it right the first time, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you here. I cannot wait for the audience to hear about the Era Group. Jason, start us off and tell us a little bit about you. You've been franchising a really long time, and you are with an amazing franchise. Go ahead.
I've been in franchising for 16, 17 years at this point. I've been at a few different brands that are in multiple different industries, and I've held roles such as franchise development all the way up to president of a franchise. And as far as Era Group, we are a consulting franchise that has been around for 32 years. And we have just over 1,000 franchisees in 64 different countries at this point.
Wow.
To brag a little bit, if you don't mind,
Please do.
we consistently win franchising awards, such as, we're number one in the category in Entrepreneur Magazine for 2025 in the Franchise 500. But we're really excited about the Global Franchise Awards. So we recently took home the regional champion for the Americas. We were the best business and professional franchise in the world. And
in the world.
This was the granddaddy. We were the 2025 grand champion, meaning we were the top franchise in the world. So we're all very excited about that.
I guess so. The best franchise in the world. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, here on Smart Business Strategies podcast, what a deal it was to land you, Jason. Thank you for being here. Okay, so help the audience understand what makes the Era Group so unique and special.
Well, definitely the way our business is structured. So what we call our structure is the joint venture model. So what that means is franchisees work to both land clients, and then franchisees work as subject matter experts to help companies find ways to save money. And we are not a consulting firm that slashes jobs. We dig into really three main areas: pricing, policy, and procedure, to be able to make this company stronger without getting rid of their people. Once we have some solutions in place and identified, and of course the client agrees upon our approach, we work on making those changes. And then once savings are realized, we then start billing the client on a monthly basis for those savings. The savings then are split. So half of the money is kept by the client, and the other half comes over to our group of franchisees that worked on the project. The nice thing about this business is once we show the clients what we can do, and they are extremely happy with being able to save this type of money, they stay with us. So we usually sign an initial 3-year contract with our clients. But I have franchisees that have been in our system for 15 plus years, and they have clients that have been with them the entire time. Yeah.
Well, help the audience understand, what is the role of the owner? You've touched on it. How does he or she spend their day?
Yeah. So there's really two main roles in our franchise. There's client acquisition, which is pretty self-explanatory, and the other is the solution delivery side of our business. And so our franchisees have years of experience in a vast array of topics. So we can really dig into at least 45 different business categories to find ways for these companies to save money. Now, both roles, believe it or not, will require a little bit of networking. Obviously, there's networking to go land clients, but there's also internal networking. So if you are a franchisee that is an expert in credit card fees, well, I would need to know that so that when I land a client and have that need, I can bring you in on the project, right? Now, as the business grows, there is the option for franchisees to grow a bigger business. I think most of our franchisees stay as single person consultants, but we do have some folks that are growing bigger ones that hire employees, but still utilize the network of franchisees to get the projects done. So very unique in that way as well.
I love that the Era Group, so based on the franchisees or the owner's own preferences and skill sets, they can decide to be in client acquisition or do the delivery of the solution to the end user. So either to the customer. So either way, there's going to be a fit for you, is what it sounds like.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's dig in a little bit. So is there any particular background or experience or industry that someone needs to come from to really be successful as an Era Group owner?
Great question. And as I stated earlier, I've been at a few different brands at this point, and most of the time we can train franchisees to do whatever that franchise does, right? Whatever their product is. In the Era world, we're really looking for franchisees that bring experience to the table. So our franchisees will usually have 10, 15 plus years of corporate experience in a very wide range of opportunities. So let me just kind of give you some examples of franchisees.
I love that. Yeah.
Is a better way to explain it. So we have a gentleman, Rob, who's in Pennsylvania. He's been a franchise owner for about 5 years. But prior to that, Rob was a strategic supply chain and finance professional with over 30 years of leadership experience. Now, he spends most of his time as a franchisee doing the solution side of the business, but then occasionally will step out and land a couple of clients because he enjoys doing that as well. We also have a gentleman who I think he's been with us about 1.5 years, Ross, here in Texas. He has only 1.5 years here, but 20 years of experience in the construction industry. And Ross is strictly approaching this as landing clients. He doesn't want to do any of the solution delivery side. And then just to kind of round it out with types of companies, this one's kind of unique. We have another Jason who just joined us. He has 18 years of experience in the grassroots fundraising and political initiatives area.
Interesting.
So that lends itself to doing work for nonprofits, which is probably number 3 on our list of industries that we do work for. So a lot of different options for folks that want to start a business in this area.
Jason, it sounds like there really is, the most important thing is experience. You've been working 10, 15, 20 or more years somewhere in a career, in a profession, and you're ready to go out, be your own boss, and have a business of your own and share your expertise.
Absolutely. Perfect. perfectly stated.
All right. Well, I'd love for you to give us an example or two of women, maybe who have left the corporate world and have found the Arrow Group to be the right fit for them.
Yeah, we have quite a few women.
I knew that.
I find this isn't 100%, but I find a lot of our women franchise owners tend to be on the solution side. So we get quite a few accountants and folks that are in very niche areas, such as this is one that always amazed me. But we have a couple of people. One I know is a woman who is an ingredients expert. So they work with food companies, obviously, and their knowledge of the various types of ingredients out there. I've spoken with quite a few of them, and ingredients I've never heard of, and they know the markets inside and out, can get better pricing on all these various types of ingredients and move the company forward that way. So
It just really sounds fantastic. The most important thing is experience in an area and wanting to be out on your own and be master of your destiny, right? And be your own boss. Fantastic. So you've already spoken about your joint venture model, which is brilliant. So in addition to that, I mean, this show is called Smart Business Strategies. What is another smart business strategy that the Arrow Group uses that really helps set you apart?
great question. And I put a lot of thought into this because there's so many different areas.
I know,
But
so many things you could
I
bring up.
think so many different things. I think one of the smartest business strategies that we've adopted and we coach our franchisees on to implement is billing based on value delivered, not time invested. Right? The amount of knowledge that our franchisees bring to the table when they work with clients is absolutely priceless. If you wanted to hire this group of professionals, I'm not sure there's a lot of companies that could afford them because of their experience, right? So,
Mhm.
our approach aligns perfectly with the performance-based model that we have, and it reinforces the core promise of measurable financial impact with our clients. I also believe that this approach works with a lot of different service-based franchises. People hire service companies because they're not able to do a service on their own, or they don't have the time.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I've been banned from plumbing in my household. Um, so if I ever have a plumbing issue, I just immediately call in a plumber
An
because I
expert.
do not
Mhm.
have the capability to do it. And I'm hiring them because of their knowledge. And it's the same thing with Arrow Group and what we bring to the table.
Well, Jason, I'm delighted you came. We are out of time. If someone wants to learn more about the Arrow Group, what do you recommend they do?
Well, Anna, I think they should call you. If anybody's interested in potentially starting a franchise business, you should work with Anna. Um, we've been in this industry for a long time, and I know that
Yeah,
you take the time to explain the processes and take great pride in matching potential owners up with the right business. And
absolutely.
I know that you have a good take on our business. So I look forward to the next person you send our way that will be a fit.
All right. Well, Jason, I look forward to continuing to work with you as well. And audience, this is Jason Capizza with the Arrow Group. Jason, thank you so much for being here. And audience, thank you for being here. And be sure to come back next Wednesday at noon if you're interested in real estate and passive income. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm Anna Wiles, the franchise economist. See you next Wednesday at noon, and be wildly wealthy in all areas of your life. Bye-bye.